Trusting your partner's judgment is important in marriage. And why that is so is marriage is built on the element of trust. There won't be anything around marriage if there is no trust. And to clarify this, just look at it from the position of religion. Whatever you serve, whoever you serve that you know as authority over you, you need to trust God to be able to serve Him. Because not everything you want from Him that He's going to do. It's not everything He tells you will happen at your pace. So, for you to be able to serve God efficiently, you have to be able to trust Him. That's why most people lose their service to God, they lose their faith in God because things are not coming the way they want. Yesterday, one of the guys made, he's a Christian. I think he's a deacon or something, but he asked a question on his DP that why did God not just kill the devil instead of him coming back to save us through Jesus? Just destroy the devil, since it was the devil that caused the whole problem. And then he went ahead to say it's critical thinking. He's just thinking about this. Like, why not just kill Adam once Adam fell and Eve and regret another person since that prototype is bad? So I told him, I said, you are vibing to downfall, not downfall like something's going to kill you, like you are rebelling because you are using your critical thinking the wrong way. First, the reason why God is because He cannot be questioned. You are not born to question God about what He does or why He does what He does. And that is why service to God looks as if you are slaving. Service to God looks as if you are suffering and smiling, because that is the whole essence of service. That's when God comes to your aid. If you see things that you are thinking about scenarios like this, it won't come to your aid. You still know what you are doing. Figure it out yourself. Of course, men can figure things out by themselves. But the problem is you don't have the same capacity to have knowledge at that level of figuring things out. So you want somebody to help you when you can't do it, but you don't want the person to do it at his own pace. That's the problem. And exactly that happens in marriage. Most things wives complain about their husbands' habits of, they can't do. And they want the husband to still do what they want as women, not minding what it takes for the man to achieve what he wants to achieve. You see what I'm saying? And another scenario here is for men as well, they just want their women to behave like men. Women will never think like you. If a woman thinks like a man, nobody's going to take care of the children. Because sometimes the women have to be emotional, and emotional attachment needs to be there so they will be able to take care of the children. If everybody behaves like a man, nobody will take care of these children. Because I'm sure you can't be feeding, let's say you're eating amala, and then your child poops. As a man, genuinely, will you stand up to clean that poop and then come back and continue your amala with tegbegri? It looks almost impossible. But women do it with happiness. You know why? They're emotionally attached. So God gave them the emotion. This thing you say they are not thinking is so that creation can continue. That's how God did it. But most of us are like wiser than God. Some people actually even pair male and male. They will go and do gay because they want somebody who can think at their level. But guess what? If you like do your gay and gay, you can't give birth to any child because God didn't figure it out. So what we think it's a problem is actually the solution of life. Meaning, two people will come together to complement themselves, your strength, your weakness. But we think it's about money making. Most people think it's about finesse of dressing. No, you are just meager. You are looking at, flimsy things. The reality is the emotion you don't have, which is that instability of emotion, where your wife will just think about something and start crying, and then you will be wondering as a man, why is she crying? Just tell me what your problem is. And she won't say it, she just say you should figure it out. That is the complementary part of it. The emotional part and your own strength is what complements our own emotion. Our emotion complements you. Now, when we talk about compliment, it doesn't happen every time. And that is where this conversation of trust come into play. You need to trust your wife that whatever emotion she's showing, whatever thing is going through her brain, that she's going to come through with the best option and the best reality for you. The same thing you have to trust your husband. But nowadays, trust has been eroded in marriages, and everybody just wants something that profits them. Marriage is no longer about I'm coming here to serve. It's not about I'm coming here to help. It's always about what do I gain from this? What is coming to me in this? And that is ridiculous. Listen, I'm an advocate of Operation No Marriage. I am tired of people bullshitting marriage because they are irresponsible. Let everyone think twice before they go into marriage. Marriage is not for boys, it's not for girls, it's for two adults who are ready to partner. Partnership is one of the most difficult. In the olden days, all our parents in Yoruba land, they'll tell you don't partner with anybody. You know why? Because once you partner and you get to success, the other party might kill you, so they take all the benefit. It's partnership. The same thing in marriages. Most people don't want to go into marriage looking for what they bring to the table. I just dare you. Ask any woman today, what do you bring to the table? They are going to be very angry and pissed because they can't even tell what they bring to the table. Ask a man what he brings to the table. The man will say it. Most men will say it, and then they will add bullying to it. So most men can tell you they bring things to the table, but they rubbish you for not bringing enough based on what they term as enough. We do not trust ourselves. So I say, if you can't trust your man, you can't trust your woman, don't go into marriage. Don't make the altar of marriage that is blissful, the same altar of marriage that produces the best of children, the same altar of marriages that produces the best of life for people who come through them. Do not make it an altar of ridicule because you are not ready to trust your partner. Listen, you don't know the difference. If you are born from a father and mother and both of them are together till you mature and get married and all, your life is different from people who came from single homes. Guaranteed. There's an emotional part of life that rules life. They call it mental strength. You won't have that. You would only have a concentrated strength, which means you are enforcing this strength to everything you do. Is not coming by nature. Nature is what happens to people who live with husband and wives and live with their father and mother, because naturally you have both personalities. You have the enforcing of the father, and then you have the care of the mother. And the two is what matches together to produce the best result in children. Once you say, my mother raised me all by herself, ooh, you won't know the difference between father and mother raising a child because you were not there. And guess what you're going to have? This anxiety of relationship, because everything your mother will feed you is going to be how he struggled for you alone, which I don't hear from my father and mother, because some of them discuss how I struggled with my children. It's a normal thing for both parties to come together. So children learn partnership naturally when their parents raise them. And it's not that it's going to be easy. There'll be quarrels, there'll be arguments, but as usual, even the tongue and teeth fights. And most time when they fight, they settle. You won't say because tongue and teeth are biting themselves each other, and then I will remove my tongue or remove my teeth so that it will be at peace. We're not looking for peace. We're looking for growth. When you're looking for growth, it doesn't matter what comes at you. You follow the principle to ensure you deliver things. If you have seen people who are 60, 70, 80 together and they were married all their lives, and you see their children coming together, you see that difference. But you rolled alone. They trained you alone. When it's time for mommy's 80th birthday, you're calling what? You call people from London that are forefathers. You call people. It doesn't add up. That family is not a family, because family is father, mother, and children. That's a family, not mother and children, not father and children, not stepmother and stepchildren. I'm telling you, trust your partner. It will make your life easy. And I know most people can break the trust, but that's the whole essence of trust. When you trust somebody and it breaks the trust, of course, that is on them, is not on you. Don't be skeptical of trusting because somebody is going to break it. Forget it. When they break it, you know this person has broken it. On to the next one. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you will benefit from what trust delivers to people, because every action has an equivalent result and what you gain from it. Once you are not breaking trust, even if yours is broken, don't worry, there'll be someone somewhere, somehow, that will appreciate every bit of trust that you have, and they will guard it with the whole essence of their lives. But if somebody is someone that is not going to guard your trust anyway, they are not worthy to be called your own. So let them just go. And I'm telling you, if you cannot keep trust, don't even think about marriage. Of course, you can live alone without marriage. But then you come back and speak to me when you're 65. And then you tell me how far this your decision of not trying to trust someone and staying by it that your forefathers had been doing. We'll see how that result will pan out when you're 65 and you're weak and you don't have a partner.